Welcome to Question Time and a special edition this week from Washington, D.C.
Question Time has a weekly audience of 240 million people, which means it's an excellent forum to spread the ideas of individual liberty.
And hello and a welcome to our normal viewers, but also to people all around the world who are going to be watching this program on BBC World News. Great to have you with us. 5 days to go before the United States chooses its next president. And for this program, I'm joined by Elizabeth Edwards, one of Barack Obama's healthcare advisors, whose husband ran for the Democratic presidential nomination. Christopher Nixon Cox, executive director of John McCain's campaign in New York, grandson of former President Richard Nixon. The British historian, professor at Columbia University, Simon Sharma. A Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist with the Chicago Tribune, Clarence Page. And the Republican political strategist, Sherry Jacobus.
Prior to the show, audience members were asked to submit questions related to the U.S. presidential election. Unfortunately, none of the 5 questions selected by Question Time's directors to be asked during the show had much bearing on freedom. Instead, they dealt with the horse and pony show that is the U.S. political process and the 2 major political parties. Yet, out of the handful of us freedom fighters present, 2 were able to get questions on the table. The first was asked by crasher Irina Schneider, a freshman at American University.
Yes, I believe that if the United States' stature is diminished, particularly because we are being too interventionist, I don't think either of the candidates will make any difference at all, because right now they're focusing either on who's going to go into Afghanistan faster or Pakistan faster. No one is actually going to stop our interventionism across the world. We are really caught up into establishment politics here, and the differences between the 2 candidates are streamlining. And the reason that the world is really accepting Obama is because he's, changed, quote unquote, but everybody always likes to go to the person who's brilliant and who has rhetoric and who is, makes a lot of promises.
Well, it's an interesting point. Clarence Page, what do you say to the argument that actually neither candidate is going to be that different? That
well,
it's establishment politics.
Both Barack Obama and John McCain do want to increase our forces in Afghanistan. I think it's a pretty good idea. I was opposed to the war in Iraq from the beginning. I'm a Vietnam-era veteran who at that time was very happy about the fact that our country wouldn't make that kind of mistake again. I'm not so happy anymore because we have made that mistake again and blundered right into a quagmire in Iraq. And we're going to have a hell of a time getting out, no matter who the next president is. But Barack Obama will begin to he's committed to taking the steps necessary to begin to draw down, put us on a glide path to independent governance for Iraq and to our pullout. But we do need more. We do need to do something about Iraq and Pakistan because they do pose a threat to our security.
One thing Barack Obama doesn't say is that we're going to get out of there with a win. John McCain says we'll exit Iraq with a win. That is a big
wait. Panel, no, hold on, Simon. Simon, hold on.
Define win.
Hold on,
exactly.
all of you, please.
Define win.
This is not a discussion if you're going to all shout at each other, and we may come
That's
to
how we
Iraq
do
in a
things in the
moment.
States, don't you know?
I know.
And Pete Eyre, your crasher-in-chief, got in a question about the Iraq War.
In the second row there in grey, and I'll come to you, Simon, in a moment. Yes.
Yeah, it sounds like your guys' definition of success is stability, but I would hope that if another country sent troops here, we would fight back, and then you guys advocate sending more troops, more guns over there, and disarming the populace. But where's the moral justification for this?
And the man in the yellow
The moral
tie.
justification for Afghanistan is that they pose a threat to our security. Iraq did not pose a threat to our security before, but we have a moral obligation now that we've gone in and screwed things up the way we have to try to help them to get on their feet again.
Well, actually, I was only going to disagree with Mrs. Edwards until Mr. Page said that.
You're entitled to disagree with me, too.
Ideas have consequences. Hopefully the questions posed by Irina and Pete cause at least some of Question Time's viewers to think for themselves and question the role of government